Hi everyone and welcome back to the channel, and today we are checking out some more Star Trek Deep Space Nine Season 3 episodes today with Episode 11 and Episode 12, Past Tense Part 1 and Past Tense Part 2. We have a two-parter today, and I'm really excited for this two-parter because Past Tense, are we going back in time? The thumbnails make it look like at least Jadzia is back in time in the 1800s or something like that, but how did she get there? How is that possible? I'm very interested to find out. And I was thinking, you know, there's that TNG episode where they go, maybe it's not I think there's a TNG episode where they go back in time, but there's also a TOS episode where they go back in time. It'd be funny if Jadzia ends up, because it looks like from the thumbnails at least Jadzia is definitely going back. It'd be funny if Jadzia goes back to one of those two time periods and meets a character that we've met in either the TNG time travel going back in time episode or the TOS going back in time episode. That would be really cool, wouldn't it? Okay, before we get into this reaction, let me do the lighting. So we turn light, we said what color? It should be boop. Nice, nice, nice. Okay, so I'm going to be going orange lighting today. I don't really know why I'm going orange lighting today. I just feel like orange light is really good and synonymous with the olden times, I guess. I don't really know. So I'm going orange light today, but that really doesn't make any sense, does it? And if you'd like to check out more of my reactions, you can head over to my Patreon of uncut and early access reactions to my movies and TV shows that come out up to 3 weeks early, as well as exclusive Patreon live streams, merch, movie polls, movie reactions, and so much more. Thank you so much for checking it out. Let's get back to the video. Okay. Let's get into the first episode of this hopefully really fun two-parter in Season 3. So anyways, I hope you enjoy my reaction to Episode 11 of Star Trek Deep Space Nine Season 3, Past Tense Part 1.
Commander's log, stardate 48481.
Oh, we're on the beautiful, sexy Defiant.
I'm looking forward to the opportunity and to visiting my sister in Portland.
Wait, we're going to Earth!
Entering Earth orbit.
We're going to Earth! We barely see Earth!
They weren't green enough.
I guess it's true what they say. There is no place like home.
There is no place like home.
Full dress uniform, fine table linens, a different fork for every course. Thanks, but no thanks.
O'Brien only wants one fork.
No, thank you.
I'd say this is strictly a Starfleet occasion.
Odo also only likes one fork.
You can assure the Nagus I will mention his assistance prominently in my report to Starfleet.
Okay.
One more thing, Commander.
Oh, what is it?
Understanding, I'm sure.
A misunderstanding the Nagus no doubt wants to be cleared up.
Yeah, definitely.
And 11th rule of acquisition.
Treat people in your debt like family. Exploit them.
Wait, he knows. Quark's impressed.
But also remind him of the 217th rule of acquisition.
You can't free a fish from water.
Wow.
Well, nothing serious. Just a power fluctuation in the annular confinement beam.
Someone's going back in time.
But according to our sensors, they never materialize at their destination.
What? Yes!
Okay, buddy, come on, rise and shine.
They materialized back in time.
You believe this, Sleeping Beauty? Asking me questions. Up.
This is so awesome.
There's a law against sleeping in the streets. Though I do like the matching pajamas. Identification. UHC card, transit pass.
Where are we?
Yeah, what is this?
Those shotguns, uniforms, something very familiar about them.
Yeah, what is this?
Same year as it was yesterday, 2024. Let's go.
No way it's 2024. No way it's 2024. We are in 2024. That is so cool. No, that is so awesome. I didn't know. I didn't plan this, guys. I swear. No, that's so awesome that I'm watching it in the same year that Cisco is in. That is so cool. Cisco's here right now. Where's the sanctuary district? I need to go find him. Star Trek Deep Space Nine. It's funny because 2024 is the past for the show, right? It's like the show is set not in 2024. It's set in the future from 2024. But if I were to watch this episode next year, this episode would also be in the past for me. It's so weird now, isn't it? He's like, I like your pajamas.
Jacked?
You know, robbed.
Oh.
They have new lingo. Or I guess they have old lingo.
Well, you shouldn't be walking around without ID. You better order some replacements. You can use my interface terminal if you wish. My office is...
This guy's nice.
That's a pretty name. What is that, Dutch?
Yeah, it is. I forget in Star Trek First Contact, what was the year where they made contact with aliens for the first time? Have they already done that or no? I don't think so. Not yet.
It doesn't agree with our records. The system log shows that the transport was successfully completed.
Interesting.
Since the cloaking device was installed, there's never been a problem before.
I don't know why there should be one now.
Interesting. So the Defiant is doing this. The Defiant's doing this on purpose.
Tell me that's a clue.
Well, it's a clue, all right. I just don't know what it means yet.
Whenever there's temporal energy in Star Trek, O'Brien should always assume that someone's gone back in time.
This is not the Earth we're used to, Doctor. But still at least a century away.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, let's go. Hurry it up.
This is such an interesting world.
What is this place?
Sanctuary District.
21st century history is not one of my strong points.
Yeah, please tell me.
By the early 2020s, there was a place like this in every major city in the United States.
Really?
Then what do they do to deserve this?
Nothing. Just people.
What?
So they get put in here?
Welcome to the 21st century, Doctor.
So this is where like homeless people would go and stuff.
They'll be expressing a transit pass and a couple of credit chips in a few hours. I
Okay, nice.
don't mind.
No problem.
Thanks for letting me.
I like that random shell on the desk.
Where did you have them done? Japan?
How did you guess?
Well, I used to have one myself. A Maori.
Used to.
To get the government contracts, you have to look like all the rest of the drones. Well, I guess I'll have to have a talk with my public relations people.
Who is he?
Brenner Information Systems. You know, interface, operations, net access.
Oh, he's the head of it all.
Probably, but I won't hold it against you.
These friends of yours that you told me about.
Interesting that this guy who's so high up is so chill. But maybe he has the luxury to be chill.
We are sorry, but the fingerprints you have provided are not on record.
Yeah, they don't exist.
If you do not understand, ask one of our staff for assistance. Now sit down, shut up, and fill out. And if you got any problems, don't come to me with them.
I love this guy, I have to say.
Major, I think I know what happened to Commander Sisko and the others.
Say it, O'Brien.
Shifted the chronoton particles in our hull into a high state of temporal polarization.
Which means what?
Yeah, exactly.
The polarized particles.
Redirected where?
Not where, when.
Oh.
How much time are we talking about? Days? Weeks?
No.
More like centuries.
Oh. Kira's like, I can't wait a century. Technically, she would have to wait. They would be down there in a grave.
Plenty of overtime.
That's 3 words.
Hey, for a dim, you're pretty smart. Now go back and think.
What? Friday, 8/30/24. Oh, it'd be cool if you watched the episode on that day specifically.
It is one of the most violent civil disturbances in American history, and it happened
Really?
right here.
Really?
The first week of September, 2024.
That's only a few days.
Yeah. That is so interesting. I kind of want to see them unfold though, these riots.
Just how bad are these riots going to be, Commander?
Good question, Bashir.
The government will send in troops to restore order. Hundreds of sanctuary residents will be killed.
Oh my god.
And there's nothing we can do to prevent it.
That's a part of history.
It turns out the hostages were never harmed because of Gabriel Bell.
Wow.
Bell sacrifices his own life to save them.
Are they gonna meet Bell?
The United States will finally begin correcting the social problems it had struggled with for over 100 years.
Oh, wow.
We risk altering a pivotal moment in history, and we can't let that happen.
Oh, this is so cool. This is so cool.
But you're next.
I bet we're gonna meet Bell at some point. Or, plot twist, Sisko and Bashir are Bell. One of them is Graham Bell.
Pleasantly surprised is more like it. I guess I owe you an apology. If I had known you were gimmies, I could have processed.
Gimmies?
The Dims should be in hospital, but the government can't afford to keep them there, so we get them instead.
Okay.
Well, in that case, I'm afraid you're going to have to stay here in the sanctuary for the time being.
Oh, man.
It's for your own safety.
Really?
How is it for their safety?
And how long does that usually take?
I wish I could give you a definite answer.
Months.
Where are we supposed to stay while we're here?
Anywhere you like. The buildings in the district are there for everyone to use.
But it means you don't really have any privacy, you know what I mean?
Well into the sanctuary. They can be dangerous, and they tend to prey on other residents.
I love this lore, you know.
My assistant was able to get you a room at the Clift for the next 5 nights.
That's nice.
No one matching their descriptions has been admitted to any of the city hospitals or trauma wards.
Yeah, because they wouldn't.
I'm having a little get-together here tomorrow in the office, and I'd like you to come.
Yeah, Dax, let's go to a party.
Don't be so sure. One of the main complaints against the sanctuary districts was overcrowding.
Really?
They just wanted to keep them out of sight.
And once they were out of sight.
You know, this actually is discourse that is surrounds today. You know what I mean? Like the city I live in, homelessness is a huge, huge problem. And it seems like the city are just kind of pushing them into a corner and forgetting about them.
That man now, today, if they gave a damn.
It's not that they don't give a damn.
What's this light?
They're causing people to suffer because you have forgotten how to care.
Yeah, it goes against his doctor's instincts there.
Really any different than Cardassians or Romulans?
No, there's a lot of similarities, actually.
If we are frightened enough or desperate enough, how would we react?
Good question, Bashir. With the Dominion, this could come back.
It's my job to make sure we never have to find out.
Good answer, Cisco.
Get his food card.
Remember, Doctor, we can't interfere.
Yeah, you can't interfere with anything. Well, you've interfered. It's too late.
Well, in that case, you better look somewhere else.
We were going to.
Different possibilities, but we only have enough polarized chronotons to make 5 or 6 attempts.
Interesting, but they're going to go back in time.
Risk getting lost in time to do the job.
I think I know a few likely candidates.
Really? Well, he was talking about himself and Kira, wasn't he?
Oh.
What is that food? A slice of bread and some eggs?
Buildings. I want to get a better look at the place.
Do you think there's a way out of here?
If there is, we'll find it.
Okay, Cisco. Dude, Bashir just got whipped by a little girl's jumping rope.
I don't know. What do you got to offer?
The ration cards?
Maybe we can make a deal after all.
What's the deal? Oh, help with the riot, maybe? Oh. Bashir can help this guy.
Believe me, it doesn't look any better from up there.
Dad.
Which one of these is Belle?
It's gonna be okay, Danny.
Nope, that's not Denny.
My wife went to get help, but there's only one doctor on duty at the processing center.
Well, why don't you let me take a look?
No, Bashir, you cannot.
Can't hurt to just look.
It might, though. You can be like, oh, this is what he needs to be treated. Then the guy can live, and then, you know, the riots never happen.
Looks like you've been lucky. No broken ribs. And these cuts are mostly superficial.
Okay. Okay. I almost called him O'Brien. Bashir? Okay, Bashir.
Looks like we made a new friend.
Yeah, it's good to have friends around these parts as well.
You can forget about getting out of here anytime soon. This is your home now.
Wow.
We're gonna get us from each other. And if we don't start pulling together, we're finished.
That sounds like some riot talk.
Well, the only way that's gonna happen is if we get organized and let people on the outside know what's going on.
Okay, there we go.
The Pan-Caribbean government did have some misgivings.
This party has to be the most boring party ever.
We had to cancel our trip to the Alps this year because of the student protests in France.
Oh no.
Europe is falling apart.
Well, at least we don't have to worry about that kind of thing here.
Calm down. You have like one day before a giant riot.
Who mugged you? Did you see them?
It doesn't really matter. I'm just glad that I wasn't.
Also, her hair. I'm not a huge fan of it.
If they'd caught you on the street without ID, you might have ended up in a sanctuary district.
Oh, there we go. That's a lead for her.
To a sanctuary district.
Yes, it is. Why?
I still haven't found my friends.
They could be there.
Well, it might take some doing. The sanctuary district records are not posted on the net.
Interesting. Why? But she's on the right track. Crazy though that in 2024, Star Trek lore, the governments created slums in their cities. You know what I mean? Just to dump people. I actually kind of feel like that's the trend we're kind of headed though, which is weird to think about.
Hey, gimme! Hey, look here! I'm talking to you.
Oh, calm down, hat guy.
Because I said so. Let him go.
Oh, Cisco's about to punch this guy's lights out.
Well, when you put it like that.
Fight! Bashir! Bashir! Cisco! Cisco! Who is this guy?
Leave him alone!
Yes! Throw this guy in the fire!
Are you alright?
Oh my god, watch out. Oh no! I bet that was Belle. I bet that was Belle.
Come on, let's go!
And Cisco's going to have to be Belle now.
Breathe.
Oh, it's gonna be Bell. It's going to be Graham Bell. Music is really awesome, lighting and everything. Never expected this from DS9, but this is so cool.
Trying to help us. That man was Gabriel Bell.
Gabriel, I thought his name was Graham Bell. I'm sorry about that. Gabriel Bell. I guessed it, but now Cisco does have to be Gabriel Bell.
There's a good chance those hostages are going to die.
And if that happens?
The world changes.
Whatever it takes, we have to make sure those hostages survive.
Oh my god, we're gonna be in the riots. We're actually going to see everything unfold. History hasn't changed yet though, it looks like, so this is a good sign.
That's odd.
What?
I'm not getting any response from Starfleet.
What? Is
I
there
was
no
just talking to
Starfleet?
Starfleet security when my comm line went dead.
Oh my god, is there no Starfleet? Everything's changed.
Interference on the comm channels. Try a wideband subspace.
But why is the Defiant fine? Is it because they are in this temporal area or something?
Communications satellites in Earth orbit. They're not there.
This is so awesome. This is so awesome.
The Utopia Planatia yards on Mars? The terraforming stations on Venus?
No way.
Cisco and the others might have somehow altered the timeline.
Yeah.
Then
By
why weren't we
accident.
affected?
Not sure.
That's my question, Kira.
Chronoton particles created some kind of subspace bubble around the ship.
That's what I said, basically.
One thing's for certain. Right now, this ship is all that's left of Starfleet.
No way.
So what do?
We make them remember. Day after tomorrow. We're going to...
That's a great movie, by the way. The Day After Tomorrow.
That we're not criminals. And that we don't deserve to live like this.
We'll spread the word.
Okay.
To bring their families, their kids, and try to look their best.
That's true.
That's the whole point of the sanctuary, to give people in trouble food and a place to stay.
If that...
Yeah, but you don't know that.
What we talked to today?
That only leaves about 9,000 to go. Whoa, whoa!
Why is everyone running?
Down at processing. Now everyone's going crazy. I have to find my dad.
Oh no. Wait, it's kind of starting now. Oh my god, it's kind of starting now. Cisco, you have to step in. Oh, that was so cool.
Everybody put your hands on your head and face the wall.
Oh my god.
Well, look who we've got here. Way to show initiative, new.
Of course this guy was going to be the one butting heads with Cisco.
Maybe if we're lucky, I might even be able to stage a nice little photo op.
Do as he says.
Yeah, you kind of got to play the long game here.
The name is Bell.
Yes!
Gabriel Bell.
Yes, Cisco. He's taking it upon himself, guys. This is so awesome. This is a crazy cool two-parter. I just want to watch the next part straight away. Like, I don't even want to talk. I just want to watch the next part. But I'll talk for a bit because this is really cool. And that was my reaction to Past Tense Part 1, Episode 11 of Season 3 of Star Trek Deep Space Nine. And I don't think I'm going to talk that long before getting into Past Tense Part 2 because I am just really, really excited to see how this two-parter ends. It's such a cool concept for a two-parter. First of all, it's set in 2024. And what year is it? Just 18 days ago, what year did it turn? 2024. It's so cool that I'm watching. I did not plan this or anything. I know that the episode takes place August 30th, August 31st, September 1st-ish time period of 2024, but still, the fact that I am in the year, living and breathing the year that this episode takes place is just so cool. I love when I watch stuff that was made in the 80s and 90s and stuff like that, and they're set in the future, which is like 2024 or 2023 or something like that, and I'm like, wow, I've lived there. I am living in this movie's version of the in a version of the future. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's just so cool. So that was awesome. The whole lore back. We're getting some really cool Earth lore in Star Trek and in these two-parters, and I find that so awesome. The fact that in 2024, kind of every city across the world kind of pushes people who are homeless or jobless or maybe who have mental illnesses into kind of sections of the city, you know what I mean? And they call them sanctuaries, which is so horrible, you know what I mean? They call them sanctuaries, but I just feel like that is such an interesting thing. And then, you know, there's a riot that's happening that just started to happen at the end of the last episode that we just watched Past Tense Part 1. And then because of what happens in those riots and of Gabriel Bell, who is actually Cisco, we'll get to that in a second, who is actually Cisco, but because of Gabriel Bell, then, you know, things change, the sanctuaries get closed down and stuff like that, people can start to live, and then boom, Starfleet starts to form, people start to learn to care about each other, as Cisco and Bashir were talking about in this episode. But yeah, I don't know, it's just so cool to see Earth's past and how people maybe envision the future a little bit, but also I find it interesting that their version of the future, the writer's version of 2024, isn't necessarily that far off. Like, homelessness is a pretty big problem, especially in a lot of countries, not every country, but in a lot of countries. Again, the city that I'm living in, homelessness is a huge problem, and it feels like people are like the people who are running the city and stuff like that are not really doing anything to help the homeless population, and instead they are just forgetting to care about them, forgetting to care that they are actual people, and just kind of pushing them into a corner of the city and saying, you guys can just stay in that corner, and if you leave the corner, then there will be repercussions, but if you stay in the corner, then, you know, it's fine, but we won't do anything, we won't help you guys in that corner, just live there, you know what I mean? Like, that's what it feels like is happening. And so it kind of feels like this episode a little bit, and it's kind of like, whoa, that's kind of weird, you know what I mean? Like, it feels like in like another 30 or 40 years, that sanctuary stuff may be happening in the city that I'm living in, you know what I mean? It's just very strange to think about. But also what's something that's really interesting is that Gabriel Bell may have always been Cisco, you know what I mean, from the beginning. Maybe Gabriel Bell, I was calling him Graham Bell, I think that's because I thought he was like the telephone guy or something, I was mixing him up with the telephone guy, but Gabriel Bell, like the actual Gabriel Bell, maybe was never going to do any of this stuff, but because Cisco went back in time, maybe Cisco always went back in time in the first place, which makes sense, right? Cisco always would have went back in time, and then Gabriel Bell always was going to die, but Cisco would have always have heard the story of Gabriel Bell, and so Cisco always would take on the persona of Gabriel Bell, and so in the history books it's Gabriel Bell, but it's actually always been Cisco, which is so cool. I kind of predicted it. I didn't evolve into the way I thought it was going to evolve into, but I predicted that Cisco or Bashir, but it is Cisco, is going to be Gabriel Bell, which is going to be so awesome to see. The Dax stuff in this episode was interesting as well. We have a look at the outside of the sanctuary and the rich and the wealthy and stuff like that, which is super interesting, how ignorant they are of the sanctuary, which was cool to see. But the really entertaining stuff in this episode was Cisco and Bashir, just seeing them walk around the sanctuary, and of course just the lore that we're getting of Earth as well. And anyways, let's just get into the next stuff. I think I talked way longer than I thought I was going to. I'm really excited, so let's get into Past Tense Part 2. So anyways, I just said the episode title, but I hope you enjoy my reaction to episode 12 of season 3 of Star Trek Deep Space Nine, Past Tense Part 2.
Oh, Buzz, that man was Gabriel Bell.
Wait, but Gabriel Bell dies at the end of the riot, so how is Cisco going to avoid that?
The name is Bell. Gabriel Bell.
Okay, Bell. He said that like he was James Bond, you know?
Now, everybody! Against the wall! Sit down over there!
He just keeps moving them from wall to wall. That's not even a wall, that's a desk, idiot.
We need them alive. They're the only thing we have to bargain with.
You think I didn't know that?
Yeah, I think you didn't.
It's too bad.
What?
Kind of like watching this place burn.
Oh no. No, I really hope this guy doesn't die. I kind of like this old man.
That's enough! I said shut up!
No, it's okay, it's okay. I keep calling him O'Brien. I don't know why I keep calling him O'Brien. I love Bashir's waistcoat.
Hey, nice tackle, Bell. You ever play any football?
Baseball.
Baseball, actually.
Yes!
Oh, nice mouth. All right. You get up.
He just got thrown down. Why are you making him get up again?
Relax. I just want to see what they're saying about us on the net. I need his access code to log on.
That's fair enough, I guess. I hope you guys love these episodes as much as I do. These are so cool.
It's you. Didn't you say Gabriel Bell died when the police stormed the building?
Is what I said.
But we're the only ones who know that.
That's true. That's true. Cisco's like, wait, my logic is flawed. I'm going to die. Oh, but there's the body of Gabriel Bell, right? And he's like lying on the floor, but he doesn't look like Cisco necessarily. So I don't know what's gonna happen here. Star Trek Deep Space Nine. Another episode set this year. So cool actually to say that. Star Trek Deep Space Nine set this year. That's so awesome. Also, something I didn't even realize, but they've been calling something the net, which I'm sure is the internet, right? But when this show was made, the internet would have been incredibly new. You know what I mean? Like, so incredibly new, probably not even in public grasp, even. So this show and the writers had the foresight to have the internet be in the public grasp, but not in public control, and is controlled by higher-ups, which is so interesting, because technically, even today, the internet is sort of controlled by the government, you know what I mean? So, like, kind of genius on the writers' front from that aspect.
This is great, we're on every channel. I bet they're watching this in China.
The only thing they didn't get was that we'd have tiny screens. Screens get bigger. Bigger and less square.
I want you to go out and find gimmies. People you know. People who can be trusted to guard the hostages.
Yeah, okay.
Injured, and several have yet to be accounted. There's been no official count of injuries.
Wow, imagine if you were Dax watching this. And she wouldn't know the history of Earth.
We'll have more on this story as information becomes available.
Directed by Jonathan Frakes. That's cool.
I just can't stay here and watch that place burn knowing my friends are inside.
Fair enough.
Settle down. My friends could be hurt or even killed. They don't belong in there. None of those people do.
Yes. Glad she added that at the end.
Cisco, Dax, and Bashir have altered Earth's history. We have no choice but to...
How sexy was that shot?
The only problem is, we're not exactly sure where to look.
How sexy was that shot?
We just hope we find the right one before we run out of chronoton particles.
I feel ridiculous.
You have to cover it, though, a little bit.
Energize.
I'm actually really excited to see where they go. Nope, this is not right.
Kira to Cisco. Kira to Dax.
They would get Dax. They would get Dax. Oh, hello.
I broke my nose.
I told you not to say anything.
Why'd you say this so awkwardly? I broke my nose.
I checked. This was my party. That means I get to decide who's on the guest list and who isn't.
This guy's just butthurt.
How many ghosts do you know who you can really trust?
None.
Just keep them out of my hair.
The important thing we have to decide is what we're going to do with those hostages.
Yeah, Cisco in a leadership position. So cool.
A handful of credit chips and a flight to anywhere we want. Personally, I'm thinking Tasmania.
Tasmania? Weird place to go, but okay.
About ourselves? There are 10,000 people living in here.
Well, let them get their own hostages.
No, I'll give you some demand. We tell them if they want the hostages back, they've got to shut down the sanctuaries.
Yes.
You guys want jobs? When are you going to get it? There are no jobs. Not for us, anyway.
Oh, not for us, anyway.
I'll log on the interface, and I'll tell them that we want the district closed.
Not you, him.
Ooh, really?
But they can't dismiss Webb as easily as you or me.
Why?
He's got the face.
Okay, fair enough.
Sanctuary District A. We are holding 6 hostages.
Bashir looks so cool.
We don't want to hurt them. All we want is...
What happened? Oh, come on.
No one cares about us. Why should they? You're all a bunch of losers.
Oh, maybe I don't like you that much anymore, old man. I just like how crass he is.
Sooner or later, they're gonna come rolling right in here, and you people aren't even gonna slow them down.
I really think we should kill this guy.
He's so serious about it.
What for?
I need to make sure they're okay.
Yeah, I need to make sure they're alive.
More just like her. And if we don't get what we want, they're gonna get hurt.
Oh my god. This guy with the hat, he's definitely stressing me out, but I think Cisco can handle him a little bit.
That's because he's angry. We all are.
BC, let me ask you something.
Oh, his name's BC. That's cool.
You think it looks better like this or like this?
It's your head and your decision.
I like it that way. The first way.
We could use some breakfast come morning.
Breakfast for 10,000, that's a lot of takeout.
Yeah, but they haven't been getting fed for months.
Which is what?
We want the sanctuaries closed and the Federal Employment Act reinstated.
Yes, Cisco.
That's right. All we're asking for is a chance to get back on our feet again.
Yeah. I can't get over Bashir. He looks so awesome.
Leave her alone.
I'm a doctor.
Sure you are.
Calm down. I don't like this old guy anymore. If someone give him a little whack, it would be okay.
Why didn't you tell someone?
I was afraid to.
Aw.
We came in together.
He gave me a false name, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
I didn't log her in. I just let her disappear into the sanctuary.
Oh, wow.
Almost got me fired when my supervisor found out.
What happened to this woman?
Who knows?
Ever since then, I've just done my job, you know. Tried not to let it get the best of me.
She actually did have a tough job, though. She had to look at these people face to face.
Don't do it, BC. Give me one reason why not.
There is no reason.
You really gonna shoot me, Belle? I don't think so.
Oh, BC, don't shoot this old guy, though.
I thought we were on the same side.
This old guy was trying to die or something. Why did he do that?
And I don't like your hat. Now put the gun down.
And I don't like your hat.
You gimmies. No sense of fun.
Come here.
Hey!
Yeah, what are you doing?
Now you listen to me closely, because I'm not going to say this again.
Okay, Cisco.
And the lives of every hostage in that room. And mister, you are not making it easy.
No.
Why don't you let us go?
That's not why I actually wanted this guy to get thrown around.
You get back in that room. And you shut up.
I love when Cisco gets angry, man. Oh, this is not the right time period either, but we're getting closer.
They're not here!
Oh, hey, man. They are stoned out of their minds. And probably on like 8,000 different drugs.
Wow.
They don't even care. That's awesome.
I managed to find some glucogen in what was left of the clinic. You should be feeling better soon.
Thank you.
Oh, Bashir.
No. But I do know that someday
they will.
There won't be a need for places like this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Assures me that if you let the hostages go, he'll reduce the charges against you to incitement to riot.
And close the sanctuaries? Yes, no.
What about closing the sanctuary?
The governor intends to form a committee to look into the problems facing the
No, they're not going to do anything.
That nothing is going to change.
Yeah, exactly. Form a committee. What a loser.
You tell him if he wants to see those hostages again, he's going to have to do better.
Yes. Yes, Webb. Oh my god. Infiltration.
There doesn't seem to be any way of getting past the lockout and logging onto the net.
There has to.
I bet Dax can do it.
We have to also.
Hey, listen up, everybody. A couple of dims just brought us a little present.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes, it's Dax.
Can you believe it? It's the story of my life. The good ones are taken.
Poor BC, man.
So that I could get past the sanitation department checkpoint.
You crawled in through the sewers?
Yeah.
You must really like these guys.
You should, sit down.
You should help us with our computer problems over here, Dax.
It's too bad. I think me and her could have had something special.
Keep dreaming, BC.
We're not together.
As soon as the hostages are in police custody, I'll try to make it back to the B-Men site.
Okay, okay.
Police cut off our access.
That's one problem I might be able to help you with.
Told you Dax could help. Also, watching Star Trek and seeing all the very close to humanoid aliens, you know, like Bajorans who just have the nose thing, you know, the Trill who just have those things on their sides, makes you wonder, are there very humanoid aliens just walking around on our planet right now? Just saying.
Hello? There's nobody here.
What? Why would you need to say that?
You can see me?
Just barely.
Wait,
That's okay.
Visibility cloak doesn't work.
Who?
Well, the aliens.
Oh.
You see, I'm an alien.
But you're a good alien.
Right. But I need that piece of jewelry you're holding to do it.
I understand. Here, you take it.
What? That easy?
Like criminals, they have guns, they have taken hostages.
So why do you think they're doing it? Don't you want to know?
I love seeing this side of the argument as well. Not even an argument, just this side of the negligence.
Work in a brewery, but they laid a bunch of us off because they got some new equipment.
Wow, look at the line.
Buddy, I just want a chance to work and to live like regular people.
Aww.
I am aware that there have been disturbances in other sanctuary districts, but
Okay, let's go.
the governor's made up his mind.
They're going in.
We move in at 0500.
Oh my god, they're going in.
Because we were just there. And it's nothing like the mid-21st century I read about in school.
Yeah?
I mean, Earth history has been through its rough patches, but never that rough.
Oh man.
According to my calculations, 3. But we only have enough chronoton particles for one more try.
Oh my god. 1 out of 3 chance.
It's my best guess.
That's good enough for me.
Which one is it? It is this one. Ah, they got the right one in the end.
I'll meet you there.
Are Cisco and Bashir with you?
Yeah, there's an issue.
I wouldn't know. I prefer tennis.
Tennis?
Soccer.
It's up to you.
Soccer, let's go.
I don't think there's any question. The Kings. 15 was Buck Bokai's rookie year.
Of course Cisco knows about this.
Make sure they keep their heads down.
I'll see if I can find something to block the door.
Here comes the raid. But this is also the part of history where Cisco dies.
Yeah, I thought so. Looks good on you.
The new BC.
What the hell? It's probably raining in Tasmania anyway.
Oh, yes, I quite like BC.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, indeed. No, 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 no. Oh my god. And there it is. Gabriel Bell is down.
Blue Leader, this is Team 1. The processing center is secure.
What's wrong with you people?
Yes.
Well, I'm dead to you.
Our orders were to pacify the building.
Yeah.
People are gonna like this on the outside.
How is he? Lucky. He'll live.
Yes, he will. Webb is dead. And BC. What about BC, guys? You didn't ask about BC. Wow. We're seeing the aftermaths of it now. Oh my god. There's a lot of dead people there. I love how they use the word pacify, which equals to kill innocents.
I don't know.
You could let us go.
All right. Vin!
Okay.
Our lives back there.
How can we explain what happened to them?
They died.
As far as anybody knows, you both died here.
Oh, that's so smart.
Tell people the truth about what happened here.
I would have done that anyway.
Oh, that's nice.
We were relieved to discover that the timeline had been restored.
And they're back. They're back on the Defiant.
I'm not looking forward to explaining this to Starfleet Command.
Well, at least it's a good picture.
Yeah, it is a nice picture at least.
How could they have let things get so bad?
That's a good question.
It just happens. Wow, what a good episode, guys. That was such a great two-parter. I enjoyed that so much. Oh my god, I enjoyed that so much. I enjoyed that so much. And that was my reaction to Star Trek Season 3, Episode 12, Past Tense Part 2. Another great banger episode of Season 3. Season 3 is just killing it. There's only been one episode of Season 3 this whole time that I haven't thought was great. You know what I mean? Like, I haven't thought was a great episode. And this was another great episode. Oh my, like, just how, I don't know how to start this review. Just, I love how it continued from the first part. I love seeing the riots and the rebellion of the people from Sanctuary A. I love seeing how Cisco stepped up as a leader, stepped up as Gabriel Bell, this persona they had to take on in order to lead and run the riot from inside that room, you know, take control of the hostages and stuff like that, make sure that they weren't harmed. I loved how Bashir was tending to that one woman in particular. I love when Bashir uses his doctor skills. It's always so cool. I love seeing Cisco work with Webb and just seeing the two of them work together, you know, seeing Webb go on the net and talk to everyone and stuff like that, talk to the public, seeing Webb die. He just died. I think Webb's name should be also, like, Gabriel Bell's name is synonymous with this riot now, apparently, and it was before, as per the history books, but I think Webb's name should have been synonymous with it as well, because Webb did Cisco did more. Granted, Cisco was definitely more of the leader, but Webb did a lot. And so I hope Webb's name is also on that pedestal that Bell's name is on. And, you know, BC as well. BC got shot. BC is dead. And I mean, for as problematic as he was in these 2 episodes, he definitely, by the end of this episode, stepped it up a little bit, and he became, like, very likable. And, you know, he was doing this stuff for the right reasons instead of selfish reasons or, you know, aggressive reasons and stuff like that. But Cisco and, you know, Bashir and stuff, they didn't even care if that BC was dead. They just went to Webb and then they left. I was like, no, guys, go to BC as well and say you did good or something and then let him die. You know what I mean? I wish he had a little bit more closure. But yeah, I mean, I really loved the concept of these 2 episodes. As I just said in my last review of part 1, I loved that we were in 2024, the year that I am watching this episode in, which is so cool. I love just seeing the sanctuary, seeing how that's unfolding and how kind of fairly not too far future that actually seems now, you know what I mean? Like, obviously that sanctuary stuff isn't happening for the most part in the world, but it doesn't seem like something that wouldn't happen, you know what I mean? Which is really scary and eerie to think about, kind of how close to accurate Star Trek writers were sometimes, you know what I mean? The whole internet stuff in this episode as well. I mean, sometimes there are flaws, such as, you know, I love how, you know, the writers will think of the internet and, you know, governments controlling the internet and stuff, and that was in the past tense part 2, whenever this show was made, whenever season 3 was made, the internet probably wasn't a big thing, if really a thing at all at the moment. But then the writers will always forget that, you know, maybe the TVs will get bigger, or the monitors, because the monitors they were looking at the internet on were like this big, you know what I mean? Like, they were tiny little monitors. And, you know, we do have tiny little monitors now in the form of our phones, tiny little screens and stuff like that, but, you know, they're not chunky anymore. They're thin and rectangles, not chunky and squares. So I think that's funny that that even in the future there are still things that are very reminiscent of the past, if you will. Besides all that stuff, I love the outfits in this episode as well. Bashir in particular looks so cool in his waistcoat, trench coat thing. I don't know. He just looked like he came straight out of Mad Max and into DS9. It was so awesome. Really cool to see the Defiant. Again, I love seeing the Defiant. Really cool to see Earth. We don't really see Earth in Star Trek that much, but whenever we do, it's like, wow. And seeing it, never expected to even go to Earth in DS9. We've mentioned it a few times, but never expected to go to Earth. So seeing Earth, seeing the moon, seeing the Defiant at Earth was so sexy. It was so cool to see. And of course, it was really fun to see O'Brien and Kira go to Earth in a few different time periods. Akira especially, see how kind of awkward she was, seeing her get flowers and O'Brien get flowers from these hippies who then watch them get teleported away, beamed up, and the hippies are like, whatever. You know what I mean? Because they're just so drugged up. I just love that so much. And yeah, I think that's going to be the end of my review. I just feel like everything that I really wanted to say about these episodes and about the time period of the episode, I said in my review for the first part, you know what I mean? So I just really loved the conclusion of this episode, and I really love seeing the riots and just being there, and how gritty and different these 2 episodes felt from the rest of Star Trek Deep Space Nine. Not in terms of the grittiness, we've had some really gritty, dark episodes of DS9 before, but just, you know, they went back in time, they were on Earth, and there wasn't really any space or anything involved. I mean, there was a little bit, I guess, there was space and stuff involved, but it was definitely a much more grounded episode, you know what I mean? And I really liked that. I really enjoyed it. So anyways, that is the end of my reaction and review to Star Trek Deep Space Nine Season 3 Episode 12 and also Episode 11, because this is the same video. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much to these wonderful, beautiful, amazing people right here for supporting me and supporting my channel. It really does mean a lot. And remember, if you'd like to check out more of my Deep Space Nine content, you can head over to my Patreon, where right now on Patreon you can watch episodes 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and 18, ending with the episode Distant Voices. So you can watch all those episodes, 6 episodes, I believe, 2, 4, 6, on Patreon right now. If not, then I'll see you next week for episodes 13 and 14, Life Support and Heart of Stone. Don't know anything about those episodes, but I'm in for a good time, hopefully, because season 3 so far has given me nothing but bangers. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time for my next Star Trek Deep Space Nine reaction.